Welcome everybody to another bad tabletop gaming presentation of a 30K battle report. With me here I have Alex and his beautiful Mechanicum, and we're actually going to play something a little bit different today. We're playing a mission from our narrative league. So there's a narrative league going on in Edmonton. It's the Edmonton Dice League 30K that puts it on, and right now we're in it's Loyalists versus Traitors, and it's mission 3.
Loyalists versus Traitors.
Loyalists versus Traitors. Yes. Loyalists versus Traitors. It's mission 3. So we've each had 2 games prior to this. Yep. I believe I've won both my games. I think you have as well, right? Yeah. So we both won both our games previous to this. It's not really like a ladder. It's literally a round robin. It's a fun narrative league. The missions are very one-sided, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, that's right.
It is, because you actually get to play something different, and it's more narrative than competitive. A lot of times the players will actually get together and talk about their armies beforehand. We kind of did a little bit. This mission that we're going to talk about now, I'll go over the mission and then we'll go over our armies. The mission that I'll talk about now is called Scorched Earth. So it's going to be Dawn of War deployment. And it's the battlefield, basically you just set it up normally. There's going to be D3+2 objectives. The mission special rules, you've got reserves, night fighting, and then the classified objectives. So I'll go over the objectives a little bit later. I'll go through the rest of the mission. The deployment at first turn are standard. Basically you roll off. The person who rolls highest goes first, or chooses to go first, deploy first, and the other person can seize the initiative. The mission does last 5 turns. The victory conditions are basically the traitor, in this case the Alpha Legion, are attempting to destroy the objectives, the classified objectives, and the loyalists, in this case Mechanicum, are attempting to save the objectives. So the primary objectives are whoever, for every objective killed, the traitors get 3 victory points. For every objective saved, the loyalists gain 3 victory points. And then the secondary objectives are First Blood, Slay the Warlord, and Last Man Standing. I'm not going to go through all the objectives. I think we're actually going to roll and see which objective we get. Okay, we're going to have Alex roll for the objectives. So it's going to be objective 5. So this is going to be the Hardened Biophage Vaults. So I won't even read it. Alex and I have kind of looked over the objectives ahead of time, talked about our armies ahead of time. And there's a bunch of the objectives that are buildings, and there's a bunch of objectives that are like characters or officers that he would get to put in his army. We both had kind of looked at it and said, hey, if it's buildings, it's probably going to be very much favored to the traitors. If it's like officers that he can kind of hide in his squads, it's definitely going to be favored to the Mechanicum. In this case, it is going to be a building. So I'm going to go through what it is. It's the Hardened Biophage Vaults. So they hold this heavily guarded sector holds the forward reserves of ancient and prescribed weaponry brought up to break enemy resistance. If it can be destroyed, the defending force will be spared a grim death. Each of these objectives should be treated as a small building with armor value of 12, transport capacity of 0, and 3 hull points. Whenever these objectives has an armor value reduced due to a roll on a vehicle table, all non-vehicle units, friend and enemy within 12 inches, suffer D6 strength 2 hits with no armor saves allowed, or invulnerable saves are allowed. So that's... Does he mean reduced to 0 or reduced period?
Reduced to 0.
Reduced to 0. Okay, I think so too, yeah. Because that wouldn't make sense. Well, maybe, I don't know, as you're hitting it, like gas is leaking out, yeah. But either way, we'll say reduced to 0, because... so what we'll do is we'll roll D3+2 and then see how many objectives there are. Go ahead. So 5 objectives.
Yeah.
So they'll be all over the board, but it's definitely going to be a lot of points available for the traitors. Yeah. A lot of points available for you too if you can save the objectives. It might be a little bit harder, but I mean, if you throw your guys in front of them, then
It's still not going to
get
stop
cover.
you
It's not going to stop you from shooting. It's true. It's true.
And when they blow up, they're still going to kill me.
So let's talk about secondary objectives. So First Blood, and so it can't be an objective. Slay the Warlord and Last Man Standing. In addition, Alpha Legion, I give up 1 point for attrition, basically. So if the enemy kills more of my units, Alpha Legion gives up a point. And then having a Praetor with Chosen Pride of the Legion, if you kill all my troops or the veterans and the Terminators, then that's an extra 2 points that the Alpha Legion will give up as well.
And Mechanicum, I have the if you kill my only Cortex controller, which is the Magos, then you would gain +1.
+1. So your Slater Warlord is worth 2 points.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Now we're going to go over our armies. So I'll go first.
Okay.
In the front, I did actually, before I go over the armies, I did fail to mention that every time your character wins or loses, if he survives, they do get bonuses.
Uh-huh.
So my Praetor and my Chaplain both have stat bonuses. I'm assuming your guy has survived, so he's got some stat bonuses as well. Does anybody else?
Nope, just him.
Just him?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So we'll kind of go over that at the beginning of the turn when we're setting up. We'll let you know what the bonuses are in the army. But as of right now, what you can see here is I've got a Praetor. He's got Terminator armor. He actually does have a Power Fist, not a spear or Paragon Blade, whatever you want to call it. Next to him is the Chaplain. He's got a Power Fist, Refractor Field, Boarding Shield. They run with a 10-man Terminator squad with a veteran. With a sergeant there, and then they're outkitted as they are. There's a few chain fists in there, plasma blaster, things like that. The other troops, I've got a reconnaissance squad, just a plain Jane with Cameline cloaks and melta bombs. And then there's a full 10-man veteran squad. They've got combi meltas, melta guns, and melta bombs running in a drop pod. For elites, we've got 3 thud guns. They're separate units. Normally, I always run them separate because with Pride of the Legion, you have to have more Adeptus Astartes units than vehicles. Since this is mostly troops, I could put them together, but it's just how I always run them. For fast attacks, I've got the Analyst drop pod that runs with the veterans, and then 3 javelins, 1 2-man squad, and 1 1-man squad. For heavy supports, we've got 10 Volkites, heavy weapon support squad with Volkites. They're running in a Rhino. They don't actually run in a Rhino. Rhinos provide cover for them and block line of sight. That's really all it is. Since it's not a victory point mission for me, it doesn't really matter to have one. And then the last squad is the jet bikes. 4 jet bikes with Volkites. I know people have before asked me, why I run them, why I don't run plasma cannons and things like that. I just find the Volkites are very versatile, especially with the Alpha Legion ability to pick Tank Hunter with them. They can be quite deadly. All right, so that's the Alpha Legion force. It's 2,500 points, give or take a few points here and there. Mechanicum.
So I've got, for troops, I've got my 2 units of Thralls, which are fully decked out, Carapace armor and Feel No Pain, whole 9 yards. They're supported by an Adept over here on the right with his 4 Tech Thralls, giving the +1 Feel No Pain bonus. Behind him, I've got a unit of Castellax with Dark Fires and Bolters, kind of just WYSIWYG. A Thanatar, standard Thanatar, but he does have Paragon of Metal, so he doesn't have to be within range of the Magos to operate. I've got a squad with the Magos of Castellax with 2 Mauler Bolt Cannons and 2 Multi-Meltas with the Crushing Fists, like Strength 10, AP2. The Magos himself, which is a fully decked out Magos with Lacrimalis, giving him a Feel No Pain, and if one of the Thrall units is wiped out, he can bring them back on a 4-up. I've never actually had it happen, but he does get the Feel No Pain, and that's kind of why you take him. And then the all-stars typically of the army here are the 2 units of Skitarii Hoplites in a unit or in the
I call them drills.
Drills, yeah.
Yeah, they're called something else.
So yeah, that's basically it's the delivery mechanism for both units of hoplites. Haywire attacks just wreck vehicles. That's simply put. They're a counterpunch to most vehicle heavy lists, and honestly, they've become a standard for me in all my lists now. So,
well, I think most armies, Mechanicum armies that want to play competitively should have at least one.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, because they're just with 10 shots. And then there's a character in front.
That's right. I have the Skitarii Axiarch, which is basically the HQ unit for the Skitarii. He gives them either +1 to their Feel No Pain, or he has battle protocols, which gives them you can pick.
Right. So now, do you have to have him to?
No, you don't. No,
you don't. Okay.
I take him because he gives them that much more survival. He puts them up to a 5-up feel no pain, 5-up invulnerable save, and they have +1 or -1 strength on incoming shooting attacks. Well, they have 10 or more models. So the first round of shooting, they've got -1 strength and a 5-up makes them quite durable to to getting pushed back off the tip.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna set up the board now. What do you think?
It's not going to go well for me, I don't think.
Honestly, I think, yeah, with the way the mission is and just the objectives, I think if I focus on just killing the objectives, I could probably in the first couple of turns have them dead.
Yeah.
Especially because there's not really a way for you to stop from shooting at them.
Yeah.
Maybe if there was a rule if he had a unit in close combat or touching, that I would have to kill the unit first or something like that, or that you could look out,
go into the building to be able to shoot it or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, or only kill it from close combat or certain range or something like that, right?
Yeah, there's this Doctor Strange 1 in a million chance that I'm able to do enough damage to you in the first turn or two if you roll bad on your reserve rolls, that it handicaps your ability to kill more than one or two.
Kill enough, yeah.
But with you got a real strong alpha strike punch for building specifically in vehicles, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to go that way. But
I think originally for my mutable tactics, I was thinking I would take infiltrate, right? Because then I could get closer to you. But it seems why wouldn't I take tank hunter? It doesn't make sense because the Volkites, the veterans, and the jet bikes too, they all, and even the close combat, the multi-meltas, chain applies, chain face,
melta bombs,
yeah. Because especially since it says, well, I'm trying to see.
Not
it says
going to go well.
First roll d3 +2 to see how many objectives there will be. Follow the normal setup rules, which means we both get to place objectives.
Yeah.
So a bunch of my objectives will be close to me, close enough that I could probably charge them first turn if I so want.
Yep.
If my guys survive and because you do have a lot of AP2 stuff. I feel even the 10-man Terminators, if you focus fire, you could probably do a big dent in those guys, if not wipe them out.
Yeah, AP2 and AP3.
AP2 and AP3.
I have lots of high strength shooting too for the jet bikes, and I've got haywire for vehicles,
That's
for
right.
jet bikes, or for speeders and stuff. So
yeah,
there's lots of counterpunch there.
The only issue is that
you might not get it.
yeah. Will it make a difference once that if there's 5 objectives and I kill them all, that's 15 points. Unless you wipe me completely, which we could say if you wipe me, you win.
Yeah.
Right. That's really then the only other option.
It's possible.
And it is possible. No, I do believe it's definitely possible. Right. So, all right. Well, we're gonna get into setup and then see you guys there. All right. Good luck.
Good luck.
So here's the table. Lots of buildings, lots of terrain, lots of cover. And then we're about to roll to see where we put our objectives. So you'll see that right away. So the objectives have been placed. So we've got one objective right there. Second objective right next to it, the little green hub, because they're like bio vats or whatever it's called.
Vaults.
Biophage vaults. There's one right here, the yellow one. Then there's a green one hiding right there. And then the red one inside this building right over here. Yeah. So Mechanicum, Alex has rolled higher and he's chosen deployment zone, which is going to be the far deployment zone over there. So Alpha Legion will be deploying here, and he gets to go first as well after he deploys, unless Alpha Legion sees the initiative. Here is deployments done. So we've got Mechanicum. He's got his Castle X up top and down here defending those 2 objectives that you can see there with his Thantar. We've got lots of tech thralls just crowding the area here. And then your two hoplites are in reserves. 2 hoplite squads are in reserves. And then Alpha Legion, we've got quad mortars right there. They're separate squads. And then the Terminators just spread out as much as possible. Don't really have a choice. He's going to get a lot of shooting unless I can seize the initiative. And then the Volkite squad is back here. They're out of range of a lot of his stuff. Well, I say a lot. A few of your things that I was able to get out of range of. And then the rest of my army is either deep striking or outflanking. Or the scouts are actually... they're reconnaissance squads infiltrating, so I should have put them on right away. So, yeah. There's the recon squad hiding there. They're going to probably go after that objective. And then also, we kind of talked ahead of time. The buildings that you see here, the one on the right and the middle one, the main floor, even though it has windows, we kind of said that it's line of sight blocking. So you have to see through the doors or the cracks or stuff like that. This one, on the other hand, is kind of just like a regular ruin. So yeah. Okay, we've got Alpha Legion. Seize the initiative roll on a 6. Nope. So it'll be Mechanicum turn.
Okay, so we'll put the Terax right on top of these guys, I think. And he hits. So that'll be right there.
And it's 2 hits, right?
Nope, just the 1 hit.
Oh, right, because you can put it anywhere you want.
Yeah. You just got to be within range of that thing.
Right.
So, really D6 strength 6 hits from the
On
5
that
plate
unit?
on these guys right there.
Yep. So D6, 6 hits.
On 5s. None.
No wounds.
No wounds.
Okay. Lucky squad.
So we're going to move the Castellix up here. Rolled a 6 for move through cover. Puts them right up on top here. In a very precarious, probably going to fall off position. I also got a 6 for this unit down here, which puts them inside the ruins here. Start moving these thralls. They got a 3, and this group over here got a 5. So it'll be just this much.
Just kind of pile them in a little bit closer here.
Yeah.
Okay, the Thanatar is going to fire into the Terminators here.
So Paragon of Metal, BS5.
Hits.
Hits. So just the 3.
So 3 hits.
3 hits. Wounding on 2s.
2 wounds. And then the Terminators do get a 4+ invulnerable. Nope. So 2 die. So from the middle, this guy and this guy.
So the hoplites here will shoot into this squad. BS5 this round, hitting on 2s. Strength 5, toughness 7.
Sorry, there's a bad.
Oh, there's a bad.
It's kind of difficult to see the bad.
And wounding on 5s.
No.
Yeah,
6s. Toughness 7.
Nothing.
And it's strength is 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, toughness 7, so no wounds.
Okay, and we'll do the Twinling Volkites on top into this group here.
Twin linked. 3 hits. Strength 5, toughness 7 again.
1 wound.
1 wound, and we have 3+ armor save. Saves.
Okay.
They're okay.
Okay, so the Darkfire and the Castellax are also going to shoot into these mortars back here. I think I am going to put them into this unit.
Okay,
So
sounds good.
remove cover.
Yeah.
So because it gets hot, we're going to roll them one at a time.
And
so
it's just going to go in the order there, yeah.
right to left.
Yeah.
First one.
2 hits.
Hits.
Second one. 2
Two
hits.
Third one.
One get hot, so armor save. No,
Good.
he's good. And then the last one. So that's 7 hits.
7 hits. Wounding on 4s.
5 wounds, and I don't get saves.
Yeah.
Because you've kind of got a straight line to me, so that's 4 wounds there, so they're removed.
Yeah.
Photon thruster
Photon
from
thruster
your
from-
Magos
Yep. Into this unit here.
for this unit. Okay, 2 hits,
Hits.
strength 6,
The
toughness
7.
7, looking for 5, so 1 wound, and then just 5+ armor or cover save. Do you don't no negatives to cover? So saves.
The Muller Bolt Cannon next. 2s. And
2 hits, strength 5,
1.
wound, and then not armor save, so cover save again. 5+. No, so the front guy dies.
Multi-Melta next. Hits.
Looking for a 3.
No.
No. At the end of the shooting phase, there's a test right here, leadership test, 8. Wow,
Double bad.
the one time that you want to see that. Alpha Legion Dreadclaw coming in first turn is going to attempt to go right there. Hopefully, if we don't scatter too bad, we can disembark into that hill. And if we do go off the board, then it's just going to be interesting, right? Oh, 11 inches that way, so we're going to have to check where that was. So 11 inches actually puts him off the board. So we have to roll to see what happens. On a d6, 3. So he goes back into
Active reserves.
active reserves. Yeah. Okay. So we actually looked at the rule. and on a 2 to 3, my opponent gets to place the drop pod. So he placed them here. Originally, he thought about placing them over here in a corner, but then he felt that he didn't have a lot of stuff to kill it. At least here, he feels that he can kill it next turn, and he's not sure if I'm going to disembark or not. So they decided to come out. They're going to attempt to blow that drill up. What's it called?
Terex Pattern Assault Drill.
Terex Pattern Assault Drill.
Had to look it
Or Assault Drill. The Terminators are going to move closer to this objective here. We'll charge it, see if we can do some damage. They'll just move through cover. Nice 6 inches. They're just going to spread out a little bit here, so they don't get blasted up in the sky. So we're going to fire two melta guns and 5 combine meltas from the squad into him. 2 of them are within 6 inches, so we're going to roll those separately. So 2 to hit, or 3 to hit, so 1 hit. It's within 2d6, so 8 plus 5. So they get +1 for being machine killer and tank hunter, but that will be a pen. And so we're going to roll in the damage chart, so that's going to be a 6. So it's immobilized and 1 health point down. All right, the other 5 will fire, so still looking for 3s to hit. Oh, that's lots of misses. So strength 8, +1, so 4, 1 glance, and then tank hunter. That's a pen. So 1 glance, so it brings it down to 1, and the pen will kill it, but will it explode it? Yes, it will. And then the range it explodes, I'll roll 4 inches. So 10 of his hoplites, as I call them hoplites,
Yep.
are hit. So they're -1 strength. So we're looking at strength 3 then from the blast, looking for 4s. So that's lots of wounds. That was a miss. And then you just get your armor saves.
So 4 up normal save.
Nice. And then 5 up feel no pain.
5 up feel no pain.
Oh, 1 dice.
Where is it from?
Oh, just the closest to the vehicle, yeah. So it doesn't really matter.
So for the wounds for the vehicle on the other unit?
2, so nothing, because it's strength 4, and then 1 here. 1 wound, 3 plus armor, saves. Heavy support Volkite squad will fire into that objective. So we're going to attempt to kill it. 7 of them can see. So there's going to be 28 shots. And we're looking for 3s to hit. I'm going to roll 14 twice. So that's 10 hits.
Just these 2 here.
Yeah. And then armor's 12, so we're looking for 6s with tank hunter. So just re-rolling this. So that's 2 hull points. The other 14, looking for 3s to hit. 10 hits again. And then looking for 6s. No 6s. Tank hunter. Well, if I didn't have tank hunter, I wouldn't have done anything so far. Looking for 1, 6. Okay, there's 3 more. So it does explode, and then we're going to read up on the rules of what it does when it explodes. So as it explodes, it hits both tech thrall units and the unit back here. So it's D6 hits, so we're going to start with this one. So D6 hits, 4, and it's strength 2, so no wounds. And then against the other tech thrall unit over there, that's 3 hits. Strength 2, looking for 5s, 1 wound. So no armor or invulnerable saves, but he does have feel no pain.
4 feel no pain.
Nope. So 1 tech thrall dies. And then we're going to roll in this unit right here. So D6 hits, 1. That is a
5.
wound.
And 4 feel no pain.
Nope. So 1 of those little guys gets blasted. Okay. Was not nearly as devastating as we had originally thought. This quad mortar here, now that that drill is gone, Explode is going to fire into that objective over there that the Castellax are attempting to protect. So we're going to roll 4 shots, 3 hits, and then strength 8 with Sunder or Tank Hunter. Doesn't really matter, same thing, really. And we're looking for 4s, 5s, and 6s because glances and pens. Oh.
So 2,
3, 1 glance and
4,
2
5,
pens.
Okay.
So that's wrecked as well.
Yep.
And then it explodes D6. Yeah.
3 units within 12.
Okay. So 1 on this unit.
Yep.
Needing a 6, nothing. How many on the other unit? 4. We're just going to do it now because we need 6s anyways. So 2 wounds on that unit.
Okay.
Do you get feel no pains?
I got. Oh, there's no saves. That's right.
No.
No, I would not get a.
So just the closer guy takes 2 wounds, and then the Thantar in the back over there. How many hits? 6. Nice, but still looking for 6s. Strength 2. 1 wound, no save. So he. Does Paragon of Metal give him feel no pain? Nope. Okay, so just 1 wound on him. The last quad mortar that survived is going to fire into these guys. I thought about firing the blast, but they're just like crazy armor, 4+ armor, rerolling, and then feel no pain.
Yeah.
So we're just going to fire the Sunder Shells, strength 8, so 4 shots, 2 hits, and then 2 wounds. So no armor save, no feel no pain, but he does get an invulnerable save. 5 up. Oh, they both save. Okay, so ineffective there. Terminators will charge this objective. 2d6. They're very much in. Oh, not like I even needed to worry about making that charge. So this unit, I'm not going to roll all of them. It'll take too long. I'm going to roll the Praetor because most likely he's going to wreck it. So Praetor starts with 4 attacks, 5 for 2 close combat weapons because he has a Power Fist and a Power Dagger, 6 for digital lasers, and 7 for charging. It definitely encourages you to upgrade your Praetor with the Narrative League, right? Yeah. So he's looking for 3s to hit because it's technically... Oh no, he auto-hits because it's a structure, right? He auto-hits.
Anything but 1s, because 1s will always fail, wouldn't it?
No, I don't think so. I think immobilized vehicles you auto-hit. Right? Yeah. So he auto-hits. So these are just pens. He's strength 10 because he's strength 5 base because of the Narrative League. So we didn't actually go through that. Let me just explain. The Praetor and the characters, you can upgrade them as you go. So my Praetor, I was able to upgrade a weapon skill, strength, toughness, and initiative. And then the Chaplain rolled up to a maximum amount. So the Praetor is maxed out right now. The Chaplain actually has... he got weapon skill twice, so he's 7 weapon skill. And then let's talk about your Magos. What does he have again? He has...
The Magos got +1 in weapon skill, so he's weapon skill 5. He did get gives Fearless to units that he's tagged up with, which basically gives me nothing.
You're right, it's useless. So. Okay, yeah. So now going back to this, now that we explained what it is, so technically then 7 hits at strength 10, looking to beat 12 with Tank Hunter. That's why we're only rolling this. It explodes. Yeah. So it does damage everybody to within 12 inches, so we'll measure that right now.
So D6 hits on the Terminators first.
5. Nice. So it's strength 5, or sorry, strength 2, looking for 6s with no saves. Okay, 1. So 1. So 1 dies, so I'll just pick a guy, not the Chain Fist guy. Just remove this guy. Okay, and you want to do D6 hits on these guys, because it's in range. 5 as well. And then again, strength 2, no saves, looking for 6s. 2. So 2 die. So the one guy that didn't use his Combat Melta dies because he's closer, and this guy. We kind of talked about that.
Yep.
And then D6 hits on these guys.
Okay.
3. And then again, looking just for 6s. So 1, so he takes a wound. And then D6 on the Tech Thralls. 2.
Wow.
1 wound, so I feel no pain.
4 up. Nope.
Okay, so 1 dies, and then that guy will take a wound. So this is the end of turn 1. 3 objectives have been destroyed, which is really good for me. Yeah. Let's talk a little about what we think here. I'm a little surprised that one of these guys was actually able to kill that objective over there. I expected both of them to have to shoot at it, but got lucky. And then, of course, he did nothing here, so it almost made no difference. The Terminators also have to consolidate. We kind of forgot about that. So we can do that right now. 4 inches, so they'll move 4 inches afterwards. Your plan next turn?
Well, I got my first blood.
That's right.
So I've got to go for as many secondaries as I can. So I've got to kill your tactical squads, your troops' choices, basically.
Yeah, the veterans and the Terminators.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And other than that, that's 9 points first turn. So I basically gotta kill Terminators and tacticals, and try and keep at least one more objective alive. One more goes down, I don't think I stand a chance coming back from that. But I think I have enough shooting now and stuff on the board that I can do some damage. But again, it's kind of comes down to the fact that next turn you're going to pop that. That's going to give you at least one more.
And then my reserves are coming in.
Reserves are coming in, and this is probably going to pop as well. So that'd be 15.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll keep going and see what happens.
Okay, so for second game turn, I'm going to roll for reserves. And
Yep.
They're in. And I plan to place him right here.
Okay, sounds good.
He's going to be right there. 5 inches
That way.
this way. So it'll be 3, 5 right there, hopefully.
Yep.
So right there.
Yeah.
So the thralls are going to move up as close to these guys as they can. So this guy's got to get within range
Line of
here,
sight.
line of sight here,
Yeah.
so you can see that.
Yeah, perfect.
And the rest are just going to move into here, effectively.
As close as possible.
As close as possible, yeah. So next thrall unit's going to head straight at the center here. And then I'll just start shuffling these guys up. Through cover with these guys. 6, that gets me where I want to be. Gonna move through cover with the Castellax next. 6 inches.
Nice.
Just running today.
Nice.
That puts them
Pretty close.
pretty close. Move through cover with these guys, just to shuffle again. 6 inches.
6.
Let's do these guys too at the same time. Move through cover here. 5 inches. Okay. Now we'll just get move over one spot. I'm gonna stay 1 inch away here from these guys. So this guy's just going to run through here and come out right there.
Sounds good. Go ahead.
This guy's up here. Okay, we're going to shoot the hoplites into a weapon squad here. 2s.
3 misses. And then
Strength 5, just 4, winning on 3s.
and then armor saves. 3 up. The sergeant has artificer armor, but he is. Sorry, now I'm looking. Where is he? He's the guy with the full. Right there. Okay, so we've got 1, 2 guys. We'll say 3 guys before him. So just in case. So 1 dies. No. So 2 more. So 2 die. So we'll remove this guy and this guy.
Okay. So the twin link Volkite into this squad from the transport. Hits and 3s.
1 wound, 3 up armor save for the guy up top, and he saves. Those guys ran, or sorry, no, these guys ran a little bit closer, so you get feel no pain to both units. Thantar is going to fire into the Terminators. I'll just hold, he can kind of hit 4 there with the Sergeant, so go ahead. Oh, hits, nice, so that's 4 hits.
And 2s to wound.
3 wounds.
3 wounds.
So I'm going to do Lookout Sirs, because I don't want my Sergeant to die. So 4 plus Lookout Sirs, so they all Lookout Sir, and 4 plus invulnerable saves. 2 die. So closest to the Sergeant is going to be this guy, and that Chain Fist right there. Tech Thralls are firing into the Terminators. So they're all within 18 inches, so 40 shots. Go ahead. We have 18 hits, strength 4, wounding on 4s. We have 14 wounds, so that's really good. So I've got 2 Terminators and then the Praetor, so I kind of have to do them 2 at a time, unfortunately, just because by the time it gets to the Praetor, I have to decide whether I'm going to Lookout Sir or not. So I'm just going to roll these. So 1 Terminator dies, so now we're just looking at 1 at a time until the second guy dies. 2 there, so they're dead. So then honestly the rest, I'm just going to take it on the Praetor. He's got 3 wounds. Hopefully I don't roll terrible. Oh, takes 2 wounds. Okay, well that wasn't that great. Castellax will fire into the veterans here, trying to remove them off the board.
Okay, so the bolters from the Castellax will shoot into the tactical squads first.
So that's 12 shots.
On 2s.
That all hit.
1,
Oh no, there's
2.
a couple bad. There's another one, yeah. Okay, and then strength 4, so looking for 4s. Okay. And then the sergeant is further away, so you can't actually get to him. So 1 dies, so the front marine will die.
So the Mauler bolt cannons next onto the tacticals. Ooh.
Oh, great.
a lot of ones. And 2s.
5 up from the ruin, so that's a cover save. So go ahead, 2 multi-meltas.
Meltas next.
2 hits.
2s. 2 wounds.
Wounds. 2 saves. No, sorry, 2 die.
Yep. Proton thruster next from the HQ there. Magos. 2s.
2 hits. 2 wounds. And just 5 up covers. No, so 2 more die. So both Melta guns die.
So Darkfire will fire into the Terminators again. See if I can't keep knocking them out. 2 at a time. Gets hot. Takes a wound.
Okay,
So
first
1
guy.
for the first guy.
Yep.
Second guy. Good. 2. Third
Third
guy.
guy.
Hits. And the fourth guy. Hits.
7 hits in total.
11 hits. Strength 7, winning on 2s. That's all of them.
All wounds. Okay. So we'll just roll it here. So on him first, he dies. Then on the Praetor, we're going to do Lookout Sirs. So all of them. So first, these 2 guys. So 1 dies. Next, saves. Saves. 2 more. Saves, and 1 more. Saves. Okay. Well, that makes up for that other shooting from those guys.
Okay, so to get the Thralls into combat with these scouts, we need boxcars. So here's for 2 12s. Oh,
No.
2 3s.
No. Technically, the one guy should be able to overwatch.
That's right.
I guess I kind of so 12 inches, 2 shots with the bolter, nothing.
Okay.
Just so we didn't forget.
We'll do the Thralls into the Praetor there. You need an 8-inch charge here. And they make it 10.
10 inches, yeah. And they can't overwatch because of cataphracti armor. All right. So go ahead. So that's 8 inches.
Will be the furthest.
Yeah, so they're definitely going to pile in there. Ooh. The veterans did lose enough, so they have to take a test. The sergeant is still alive. He's sitting right there. So that's 9. He does have 9 leadership, so barely passes, so they don't run away. Hoplites are going to charge this squad. So 2 pistols, 2 overwatch, nothing. So go ahead and roll your range. Yeah, you're in. So that's 6 inch that he gets to move. So basically gets to
everyone over the line there.
yeah. Okay, initiative 4. The Marines will strike first, so 2 attacks apiece. But weapon
Threes,
skill
yeah.
3, so 3's hits. So and then 1 wound. So just an armor save.
4 up.
Right.
And 5
One.
up, feel no pain. Nope.
Oh, so 1 dies. Excellent.
So hoplites are going to hit back here. They're down 1 weapon skill, so they're needing 4s to hit.
Yep. With 16 attacks, because there's 8 of them.
Yep. So it'll be strength 5 and 3s to wound. So 1.
Yep. So all those saves, looking for 3 up. Nope, 2 die. So the 2 die, and then this whole squad is removed. And then you can consolidate. 4 inches. So the Thralls will go first, because everything else has power fists. So they'll go at, they're just going to pile it. So 3 inches.
Okay, so shuffle. It's easy.
Deck Thralls will go 26 attacks. So 13 were in range, so 26 attacks. So weapon skill 2 on majority of the unit is 7, because with the upgrades he has 7, so he needs 5s to hit. He hit 5 times only.
So I got 5 wounds, strength 4.
So looking for toughness 4, majority of the units, so 4s. So I will look out Sir all of them because I don't want him to die. I don't care about the unit. So 2s to look out Sir. He looks out Sir all but 1. So the lookout Sirs, they all have Artificer and or Terminator, so just 2+ anyways, doesn't matter. So they all save. So the one on the Praetor, oh, he saves. I saw bad. Okay. At initiative 1, I piled in. The Chaplain isn't actually in range within 2 inches, so he won't be able to attack this round. The Terminator is in range, so he will. So my Praetor and my Terminator will strike. My Praetor does have 1 wound. It's just sitting up here. So the Praetor will go first, 6 attacks. Mastercrafted, so he's looking for 3s to hit. Oh,
Ooh.
oh, not bad. And so 2s to wound. And so that's...
2 dead.
You know what? They do have Zealot because of the chaplain, so we forgot about that. So 2 dead, but the other 3 that I had missed, I do get to reroll as well.
Okay.
There we go. No, it matters. 2s, yeah. So 1 more,
so
and then just from this guy as well, same initiative, 2 hits. Looking for 2s, 2 more, so 5 dead in total. You're fearless.
Yep.
You can just remove him from the back because it doesn't matter because you'll end up piling in. So we're all going to be touching anyways.
5.
Yeah, and then you get to pile in. So this guy will just move here. And this guy will just get a little closer, and then I'll move in. Sorry, right there, and then my guy will move in like that.
And the pillow fisting continues.
Yes. Reserves. So jet bikes are deep striking, outflanking javelin squads, and then the one lone rhino, which I actually kind of forgot to deploy at the beginning of the game, is just coming in from reserve from the table edge. So three up for the jet bikes. The 1 squad of javelins is in. The squad of 2 javelins is not in, and then the lone rhino is in. Okay, so this javelin squad will sit out this round. Where does the javelin come in? 1, 2 is this side. 3, 4 is the other side, and then 5, 6 wherever he wants. They're going to deep strike right there. We're going to risk it because why not? It's fun this way. They hit. Okay, excellent. So all 4 are going to be... Rhino will come in on this side here. The javelin came in on that side, and you guys saw the deep striking unit over there. So movement. The gentleman right here is going to move over here. He's going to do the heat blast on these guys. Just going to continue moving. These guys are going to move in. Try to get as close as possible. The heat blast is D6, strength 5, AP 5 hits on these guys. 2 hits, strength 5, 2 wounds.
So 4 ups.
And then
5 up, feel no pain. Nope, 1 dies.
So 1 dies. These guys are just going to move up, move through cover, 1 inch, so they'll just shuffle forward. Try to get into combat with this thing. Quad mortar will fire into them. 4 shots, we're going to fire the shatter shells. 3 hits, strength 8, 3 wounds, and so...
5 up saves.
That's right, 5 up and all saves. Yeah,
2,
so 1
dies.
dies. You're just the closest guy there. The veterans will also fire into these guys. We're going to do a bolt pistol, and then a combi melta. Combi melta, the ones that didn't fire. So 2 combi meltas, 1 hit, strength 8, 1 wound. You get your 5 up. Yeah, and then the bolt pistol hits, does not wound. Okay, well done. The heavy support jetbike squad is going to fire into that objective. Let's see if we can remove it. Yes. So looking for 3s to hit. 16 shots. So that was only 8 hits. Strength 6. We're looking for 6s to glance with Tank Hunter. So just looking for 6s here. So 2. And then with Tank Hunter, looking for 1 more. Yeah, 2 more. So that thing explodes again. And then everything within 12 inches will take some damage. Okay, so we kind of went back and realized that Strength 2 can't hurt a lot of his units. So these guys right here would not have taken any damage, and neither would have his Thantar. We also didn't see that guy over there, so when that thing exploded, it would have done damage to him. Because in our game, it makes a difference. We will go back and redo it because characters die and they don't get upgrades and things like that. So he would have taken 1 from him, D6 from him, and D6 from that objective that was used to be there. So it's 2D6. So it's only 5. And then his strength 2, toughness 4. So looking for 6s here. So nothing. And so now you can do for this one. So
D6 for
damage
bikes?
the jet bikes, yes. Oh, 6. Still looking for 6s because they're toughness 5.
6.
So 1, I don't get saves, no feel, no pain. So the closest one will die, and then that objective has been destroyed. Okay. So he's got 10 guys in there at -1 strength. The Rhino's going to fire first because as long as I can kill 1 guy, he doesn't get the -1 strength. And then these Volkites are insta-killing him and he won't get his feel no pain. If I don't kill 1 guy, then he does get the -1 strength. So then they're only strength 5. So he'll still get his feel no pain, and I want to kill them because they're jerks. So 2 shots, twin linked bolters. So twin linked. Okay, 2 hits. Shrink 4.
Toughness 3.
So toughness 3. So needing 4s because it's -1. Yeah. That's 1 wound.
1 wound.
And so you get an armor save and a feel no pain save. Okay,
4
armor
up.
save. 4 up.
Oh,
Nope. Feel no pain. 5 up.
Oh, no.
Yes. That's exactly what I was looking for. He bet me that I would not do it, and I'm very happy that I did. The javelin will fire a multi-melta and the cyclones into the tech thralls there. Multi-melta hits, wounds. The cyclones both hit, both wounds. So that's
3
3
total.
dead tech thralls. The Volkites are going to fire into the hoplites, so that's going to be 32 shots. But we're going to do 2 at 16 at a time, just because it's easier for me to hold. So we've got 3s to hit. Okay. And then shrink 6, toughness 3. We're looking for 2s to wound. Sorry. Okay. And then you get your armor saves, because it's only AP 5.
Yep. So 4s.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 die. And then the other 16, again looking for 3s to hit. Looking for 2s to wound. And then we're looking for 4 ups. 1, 2, 3 more die.
1, 2, 3, yeah, which is right before the sergeant.
So that was 8 dead. The flagger 8, so that's 8 more hits. So that's 7 more wounds on the sergeant. He's the only one left.
I have a feeling he's not going to make it through this.
I feel like he's not either.
Oh,
No.
no. Yep.
Yeah.
2.
Yep. Veterans are going to charge the squad
So Overwatch is going to be a BS2. So 5s and 6s.
because they have a special rule. So
So
2 hits,
And wounding on 3s. 1.
1 wound, and so 2. We're going to do it on this Marine just because I don't want my sergeant to die. Oh, he does die. He did call it. He said one guy's going to die. They do make it in 6.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so hopefully the sergeant can do some damage
Oh,
there.
this is going to hurt.
These guys here are going to charge the objective, the last objective, and easily in. Move to cover, but they're going to make it in. So we're going to do this one here. 5 Melta Bombs. They all auto hit. So the first one, it's strength 8 with Tank Hunter, so I'm just looking for 4s. So 1 pen, 2 pens, 3 pens.
That's it. Blows up.
4, yeah, it blows up. So everything within 12 will take damage.
So just that 1 unit.
And then I think my Volkites are probably within 12 as well. Yeah, they are. So my 2 units will take some damage. We'll remove this.
D6 on the scouts. 2.
2.
And D6 for the Volkites.
That's 1.
1. Yep.
Yep.
So
So go ahead. 2 on
2
the
days for the
squad.
scouts. Look for 6s. Nothing.
No. And then 1 for the Volkites, for the front guy. No, nothing. No. So the 1 Marine strikes at initiative 4. So on the charge, he has 4 attacks. 2 base, 2 close combat weapons, and charge. So we're looking for weapon skill is...
Weapon skill 2.
Okay, so we're still looking for 3s to hit. And then we're looking for 3s to wound. Only 1 wound.
4 up. All good.
Saves. So he piled in, and then 6 attacks, 1 each.
4s.
For 4, so 3 hits.
And strength 5 plus 4s.
Yep.
3s.
3s. Okay, 2.
2.
So the Marine will start first. I'll do them one at a time just in case he dies. No, and yeah, so the Marine does die, but the Sergeant will still attack. Sergeant has 4 attacks as well. So we're looking for 3s to hit. 1 miss. And then we're looking for 2s to wound. That's 3 wounds, so you get your invulnerable saves, right?
Yep. 5 ups.
Alright, so 3 fails, so 3 die. So combat here, the Alpha Legion wins by 2, so -2. Go ahead. And
6 that pass.
they pass. Alright, so just gonna consolidate in, and then I'll just move your guys in too. Okay, over here. So just a few guys will pile in just because the chaplain's open. Okay, so tech thralls are gonna attack here, looking for 5s to hit. There's 11 of them. Oh, that's pretty good. Better than last time.
Yeah.
You hit more than last time. Okay.
I'm looking for force to
And
wound.
we're looking for force to wound.
Or not.
1 wound. And so we'll take this on the, because I can take it on anybody. We'll take it on a chaplain. So 2 up. No, so he takes a wound as well. He'll be down to 1. Over here, so now everything's at initiative 1. So the Praetor with his 6 attacks, looking for 3s to hit, all hits. Didn't need Mastercrafted. The Chaplain has 3 attacks. Does not have Mastercrafted. And then the Terminator, both miss. So then Strength 8. Ooh, so that's 5 die.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you can just remove them from 4 or 5. Okay, and then with Pylons, we're still stuck in combat because you're fearless. Okay, he can't shoot me next turn, but turn 2 overview. So how do you feel?
Game over, man. Game over.
So based on objectives, the Alpha Legion have 15 points, and even if he does a ton of damage to everything else, he can't quite catch up. But because of the narrative league, and our characters get upgrades, it's very important for him to try to kill these 2 characters. So realistically speaking, we're going to play another turn, but I think the only thing we're going to focus on is this guy's charging here and try to do the combat, because as long as he can kill these 2 characters, I have to roll on a chart and see what happens to them and see if they survive or die. And that's important. So we're not going to quit right here. We're gonna finish it up. At least one more.
So move this guy over to here.
Okay, and then those guys are going to move through cover.
Yeah, we'll move these guys up. So the big unit's going to come move through cover.
Yep.
6 inches. That puts me right next to guys.
Yep.
Up this right over top of these guys.
Jink. Yep.
Hits.
Hits.
Yep.
So that's
All
3
3.
hits.
And we're going to wound on 2s.
Yep.
Okay. And -1 to the jink.
Yep. Enhanced targeting.
Yep.
And then you also force me to reroll successful cover saves.
Yep.
So 5+. Rerolling successful ones, no. So all 3 die. That was definitely a moral victory for him because he hates those guys.
So we're going to charge the Castellax unit in HQ into his HQ unit. 2d6.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So
Easily in.
So we go around.
Sorry. Closest to closest,
Yeah.
then the rest can wrap. Yeah. This guy will just
on top there. Yeah.
We're just gonna put him there. He's in range. So we have like few moral victories here. We're gonna do this one because I want a moral victory with my guy surviving. So we'll see. So he goes hits on 3s or 4. Sorry,
4s this round.
4s. Yeah.
2 hits.
2 hits.
3s.
2 wounds, and then he does have artificer armor. Looking for no.
Yes.
Okay. Sergeant dies.
Consolidate. Heyo.
Oh, nice. 6. You're gonna challenge?
Yeah, I'm gonna challenge.
Okay, so my chaplain will accept because
Boo.
there's like on the chart after your character dies when you roll, if you're insta death in a challenged, you have less chance of survival. And even though the chaplain does have upgrades, I would prefer my Praetor live. So they're already touching, so they're going to be in a challenge. So the Castellax have highest initiative, so they're going to strike first. 4 attacks apiece with the Siege Wreckers.
Yeah.
So I feel like nothing else is going to attack here. Go ahead.
So, weapon skills, so hitting on 4s.
Yep. Oh, what's your weapon skill?
Weapon skill 3.
Mine is 7 average, so you'll need 5s, yeah.
Okay.
And those +2, those upgrades for your weapon skill are actually doing something. Not that it makes a difference, you still hit a lot. And then you're looking for 2s.
2s.
So that's all,
That's everything, yeah.
right? Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, so we got to do this right. So the character, the Praetor and the Terminator have to die first. So we're going to do 2, because 4s, nope, they both die. And the Chaplain has only a refractor field, so 5 up, he's dead too. So the Castellax have wiped out everybody. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good game. I feel like I just got rolled, but was able to just kill the objectives and take the win.
Yeah.
Right. So, very tough army on your end, like a lot of firepower. It seems like everything you focused on died.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Yeah,
typically what.
that's the point of it, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, my Volkites did amazing.
Is I think people maybe like other than Volkites, I think people underestimate how durable they are. Like toughness 7, toughness 8, 3 up saves, 5 up feel no pains,
4 wounds each.
Yeah, yeah. It just
Right.
like they just kind of keep staying there no matter what you do. So.
Even if they don't really, like your squad with like multi-meltas and molar bull cannons, like they don't output crazy amounts of damage, but they just don't die.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Like that said, I didn't shoot at them, but I didn't really have much to shoot at them. Right? I would have had to charge them, but the squad that was going to charge them.
Yeah, I think like in a more standard game too, you don't have like you would be shooting at my units more as well, right? Like
that's correct.
Your main AP is throwing at objectives because you need to score those to win. Mm-hmm. So you're not throwing at stuff like, and so you see those units survive even longer.
Yeah,
really
that's true. That's
in
true.
a normal game. So
because really, we played the game was 2 turns, and well, let's go through the points. So I killed 5 objectives. That's 15 points.
Yeah.
You got First Blood for 1 point. You got Slay the Warlord for 1 point, so that's 2. You've got what was it? Most units left alive is 3. So you got all the secondaries there. In addition, you got 2 points because you killed my veterans and my terminators from Predator Legion, so that's 5. And Alpha Legion, if you kill more units, you give up a point. If you lose more units, you give up a point, so that's 6. So the final score was 15-6, but you picked up every single secondary by just wiping out everything. Yeah.
Max points otherwise, but
max points, yeah.
Not quite good enough.
Yeah. Now, based on the narrative league, basically I have to roll for my characters because they both died. So I won. I get 3 points to spend on the characters. That said, though, if they die, I don't get to spend those points. So I basically get to roll, and I have a chart here that adjusts it. The only thing on the chart that applies is I get +1 on the roll, to the roll because I was killed by a weapon that causes instant death. Even though he only had 1 wound left, it's still instant kill death them and him as well. He was toughness 5, but it didn't matter because he was strength 10. Yep. So I'll kind of tell you what happens on the chart. So on the 1, he survives, so I can't roll that because it's +1. So 2 is shaken, so he gets -1 penalty to the leadership characteristic in the next game that the character's fielded. On a 3, he's wounded, so he gets -1 wound to their in the next game to their characteristic. Captured, so if he rolls a 4 and he's captured, then the next mission that's played is played slightly differently, where if I choose to, I can attempt to rescue the character. If I don't, I can just let him die, if I don't choose to do that. So if it was my Praetor, I probably would. Honestly, even the Chaplain, like, I rolled 2 weapon skill on him, like 7 weapon skill clearly turned out, like, it was really good.
Yeah.
So I would probably try to save him as well if he ends up getting captured. If I roll a 5, he's dead. And if you roll a 5 or more, he's dead. If you roll a 6, like a true 6, then that character gains Eternal Warrior. So he just, like, survives. And, yeah, it has to be a natural 6. So I do roll +1 on this chart. So really, 4, 5, my character dies. 6, Eternal Warrior. Yep. 1, 2, 3, I gotta do other stuff. So,
so if you roll 5, is it +1 to the 6?
Well, it moves you to the 6, but he dies. The Eternal Warrior can only be gained with a natural 6.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to roll that 6. So let's start with the Chaplain. See what happens. I'll roll the bad dice. I hope you guys can kind of see it here. Just moral victory for him. He just wants to see him die. 4, 5. So it's a fatality. So Chaplain dies. So no more weapon skill 7 Chaplain, unfortunately. So the Praetor, this is really the one I care about because I maxed out his stats. Spent a lot of points into him, and he got instant death. And it's a 5. He's dead too. So that's okay. The 3 points that I gained from winning this game, I can't spend because I don't have any independent characters on that survived the game. So, and even if I could, the one character that survived, you killed too because of the veterans. So.
I think this is the real true spirit of the Horus Heresy.
That's right.
You won, but I just gutted you.
But this was literally like
so good.
The best thing that could have happened because my next games, because the way the narrative campaign is set up, actually you guys will see games with Andy. He plays the Ultramarines. He's the one that created this campaign, and he did a really good job in terms of like fleshing out the world, and it's really loyalists versus traitors. He adds up the victory points and everything, and then the next missions are played, and who gets to be attacker and defender is based on your points and everything on how you've done before. So the missions aren't always equal. They're not. They can be one-sided, as we saw. But the reason for that is so that the team works together, because you want to win as a team. You don't, like, individual games don't really mean as much. You definitely want to win as a team. So
yeah, I think it feeds into the narrative for the Heresy too, because
That's
you don't
right.
get like, you know, they didn't set up sides and Istvan was totally fair, right? Like,
well, Horus kind of specifically does not play fair.
Yeah.
Why would he? He's the War Master, right?
and the stories like throughout all the narrative too. That's the way they run. Is they run. You know, unfortunately, it's the bad guys have this one-upmanship, and the good guys just have to survive, and they
That's
just
right.
have to keep surviving and stuff like that. So it is, you know, it feeds into the narrative quite well, and you know, it might seem like it was totally one-sided, but having this gives me, like, I can walk out of here totally happy today.
Because next game I have, I don't want to say crappy characters, but
Yeah,
against one of your teammates next game, I do not have a character that's strength 5, toughness 5, 7 weapon skill, right? And you gain at least 1 point on his Magos, so he gets to spend that on something, and then you'll get a bonus too because he lived, right? So yeah. Well, that's that. I wish we could show you guys more narrative games, and maybe we will. We'll see. Yeah. So join us next week. I'm not sure what game we'll be playing. Please go subscribe to Facebook, subscribe to Instagram. You'll get all the information at the end. You'll be able to get all the pictures from the upcoming games. Yeah, so good game again.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out, and we'll see you guys next week.